I walked into the house and heard Sarah whisper, "Lower your voice, Adil." His reply came sharp. He won't fight back. He's already useless. My hand froze on the doorway. I whispered to myself, "Is this real?" Their shadows moved across the living room. Sarah laughed softly. "He has nothing left. We take the rest next week." Adil said, "Good. End it clean." My chest tightened. I wanted to walk in, scream, ask why, but my legs locked. "So this is how you see me." I breathed, barely hear my own voice. Sarah answered him. "He won't do anything. He never does." I felt something inside me crack. Adil said, "Then we're set." I stepped back, heart burning, and whispered, "I trusted you, Sarah." The words never left the hallway. I just stood there, listening to the life I built fall apart piece by piece. I could not breathe anymore. I sat across from Sarah at the table and said, "I heard everything last night." She didn't even blink. "Good," she laughed. "You were always too soft." My stomach dropped. So it was all real? Adil stepped out from behind her. "Sign the papers and stop wasting time." Sarah pushed the documents toward me. "The house, the car, the accounts are mine now." I whispered, "After everything I gave you?" She shrugged. "You'll survive." My hand trembled as I picked up the pen. "You win." I muttered. Adil smirked. He finally gets it. I signed, each stroke cutting deeper. When I walked out with one small bag, Farhan pulled up. "Bro, what happened to you?" I forced a smile. "Nothing I can't handle." At his place, Amna saw me and burst into tears. "Who did this to you?" I whispered. "Someone I trusted." Inside, shame burned through me. I moved into Farhan's tiny apartment, and the first thing I heard was a neighbor whisper, "That's the guy whose wife left him." Another voice added, "She cleaned him out." I closed the door and sighed. Farhan said, "Ignore the man." I whispered, "It's hard." At work, Khalid walked up with fake sympathy. "Bro, you okay?" I answered, "I'm fine." He smirked. "People talk, you know?" Each word felt like a knife. I kept my head down. Amna called later and said, "You didn't lose yourself. You just lost her." I told her, "It feels like I lost everything." When I met Mr. Faraz, he said, "Be careful. Adil is trying to take your position." I froze. He already took my marriage. Now my job. "Stay alert," he warned. Walking back, humiliation burned inside me, but quiet anger began to rise, steady and sharp inside my chest that night. Adil walked into the office like he owned every wall. I stood up and said, "Why are you here?" He smirked, checking on what used to be mine and what will be. People stared. My hands shook, but I stepped closer. "Stay away from my life." He laughed. "Your life? You're weak. You were nothing without Sarah, and you're nothing now." My jaw tightened. "Say whatever you want, but leave." He leaned in. "I'll take your job next." I forced myself to walk away before I did something stupid. A few minutes later, Mr. Faraz called me in. He sighed. "Adil is trying to buy the company." My heart dropped. "If he does, I'm gone, right?" "I can't protect you then," he said quietly. I walked out feeling trapped again, but this time something hot burned inside me. I whispered to myself, "If they want war, they will get it." I opened an old box in Farhan's storage room and found a folded letter with Sarah's handwriting. I whispered, "What is this doing here?" I opened it slowly. Her voice came back to me through the ink. "One day I want my own art studio, a place full of color and peace." I laughed bitterly. "Peace? With you?" My chest tightened, but a strange clarity settled in. She took everything I had, so I'll take the things she always wanted. Farhan walked in. "You okay?" "No," I said, "but I know what I'm doing now." I took 2 jobs the next week. Nadia noticed my tired face at work and said, "You're pushing too hard." "I have to," I told her. "For what?" "For myself," I said, surprising even me. I moved into a tiny rental room. The walls were thin, the bed creaked, but I felt something new inside me. Purpose. I launched a small art workshop with nothing but old contacts and stubborn hope. When the first client walked away, I heard Sarah's voice in my head saying, "See? You can't do anything." I muttered, "Watch me." Farhan looked over my shoulder and said, "Try this for marketing." Amna added, "Let me fix the colors." Nadia came in with a bright smile. "I brought 2 clients. Don't waste them." I laughed softly. "I won't." Every failure stung, but every tiny success felt like I was punching back at my past. One night, after a long day, Farhan said, "You're getting stronger." I whispered, "I am not weak. Not anymore." Week by week, orders grew. Clients returned with friends. Amna hugged me and said, "You're building something real." For the first time in months, I breathed without pain. I felt alive again. And for once, my future finally felt within reach. The rumor started as a whisper in the office. "Adil is cheating on Sarah." I laughed quietly to myself. Good. Serves her right. Then my phone rang. Her name flashed. I hesitated, then answered. "Please, I need to talk," she sobbed. I stayed silent. "What happened?" I finally asked. He used me. "Took my money, hit me when I asked why." She cried. I felt a strange twist inside me. This was Sarah, the woman who ruined me, on her knees, crying, "Why are you calling me?" I whispered, "Please just meet me." "I need you," she begged. My mind raced. Should I comfort her or let her feel what she made me feel? I told her, "Fine, I'll listen." Nothing more. When I hung up, I felt the weight of curiosity and caution. For the first time, I realized the truth mattered more than anger. I would hear her story, but forgiveness was not on the table. Sarah sat across from me in the cafe, trembling. "He took everything and left," she whispered, tears falling. I nodded slowly. "I heard." "I should have chosen you," she said, her voice barely audible. Something inside me twisted, half pain, half relief. I realized I didn't hate her anymore. I just didn't care. "Can we start over?" she begged, reaching for my hand. I pulled back gently. "You killed the part of me that loved you," I said softly. Her body shook, and tears spilled faster. People stared. I ignored them. "Please, I was wrong," she gasped. I shook my head. "It's too late. I can't go back." I stood, slipping my jacket on. My chest felt lighter than it had in years. I walked out, leaving her there, and for the first time, I felt free, unbroken, finally in control of my own life. I stepped into my new art studio, sunlight spilling across the floors. I whispered to myself, "This is mine, not hers." Every brush, every corner, every plan was mine alone. Suddenly, Sarah appeared in the doorway, her mouth open. "Is this yours?" she asked, stunned. I nodded. "Yes. Everything you wanted, I built it." Her eyes filled with regret. Before she could speak, Adil limped in, looking desperate. "Please give me a job." "Anything," he begged. I shook my head slowly. "No, you took everything from me. Both of you." Sarah tried again, voice trembling. I raised a hand, calm but firm. "It's too late. You had your chance." I watched them leave, my chest steady, my heart quiet. I whispered to myself, "I am free. They can't touch this life." And for the first time, I truly believed it. I stand in the middle of my studio, breathing in the quiet. I whisper myself, "I can't believe I'm here." Nadia walks in, smiling. "You did it. You really did it." I nod. It wasn't easy. Betrayal almost destroyed me. She leans on the counter. "But it didn't. You're stronger now." I smile faintly. I found myself again. Built something real. My own dream. She tilts her head. "And Sarah?" I shake my head. She took everything I had, so I took back my life. And that was enough. Nadia laughed softly. "You deserve this." I feel a lightness I haven't felt in years. My chest is calm, my heart steady. This is just the beginning. I whisper. My voice feels powerful, healed, alive. The past is behind me. The future is mine. For the first time, I feel free,